Shalom, family. Glory be to God and blessed be the Lamb. Tonight is going to be a tough one because I wanted to talk to you about neoliberalism and liberalism. However, these are complex sociological constructs. One feeds off the other. Neoliberalism would be, for me, the end result, the final stages on the capitalistic and monetary level and trade level of liberalism. Liberalism is meant to, some people are going to get upset when I say this, but liberalism destroys whatever country that it is practicing. I don't know if it's because it's not indicative of the countries or the countries in which it's practiced in are just not primed to deal with it or to survive in it. Either way, it generally, overall, destroys the country from the inside out. If you mean by destroy, change it into something else. The people may not die, or they may die. Depends on what they want. Depends on what they want out of it. Like they've been talking about population control. Things like that. New World Order, globalization, which has to be an afterthought for them at this point. They have to deal with us and then they get back to that. No one asked us about how we felt about globalization or anything else that has come out of their minds. Wow, man giving each other power based on money. Shameful. Just shameful. A lack of integrity, a lack of character. It doesn't even matter anymore. As long as it got a good old-fashioned greenback. Pathetic. Hell, it's your world. You have to live in it. I don't. And I don't, for the most part, offer resistance. Push me too far, and I'll even offer more resistance. I'm just not going to do it. I'm just not going to do it. I'm willing to bend, not break. I don't mind bending here and bending there. But to ask me to break, well, you know, I just won't be allowing that. So, and I don't want to spend a whole lot of time because I don't have time to fully explain neither liberalism or the neo counterpart in a manner sufficient and in a way sufficient that I would want to. It would take, and I don't want to just read Wikipedia to you. No, I want to break it down to where it's in a form that even people in the so-called hood would understand. I've never seen liberalism end good, historically. Never. I mean, there's a lot that goes with it, but let's move ahead from that and have a little fun. You know, someone said that they were so desperate, whoever they are. I think he said it was the devil or people, I don't remember, that they're calling in Legion. I was outside thinking to myself as I went back and forth behind the cigarette in my mind. I say, Legion. Legion. You mean that dude that Jesus spiritually manhandled, threw him in some pigs, and threw the pigs off the cliff. That one. Are we talking about the same legion? Is that dude back? I mean, Jesus beat him so damn bad, he begged him, hey, just don't hit me no more. Let me go. You see them pigs, them wild hogs? Let me jump into them. And then I shall promptly commit suicide by jumping off the cliff. This is what you see as what? You know, it's hard to fear any, and I've said it before that there's a point past fear. There is a point past fear. You can get so scared that you kind of just get numb. There's nowhere else for it to go. There's an end to that feeling. There's a stop, like all of man's feelings, be it sadness, love, fear, rage, all of it. There's a limit on it. It doesn't. I mean, it doesn't exist without boundaries. Even hate, you can only hate to a certain limit. You could never hate another man or anything else in the manner that God would hate something. It's not even close. It's not even freaking close. Particularly in the Western world where I can make you stop hating me by simply giving you some money. That's all I gotta do is give you some money and we right back friends again. All of your hate instantly dissipates. You may think about it later, but you're gonna also be thinking about, well, damn, the nigga did it to give me some money. I mean, goddamn. Wasn't no small amount either. I mean, what was that, 400, 500? Shit. I guess I can drink a beer with him now, something. I don't know. But anyway, man, you my point is all of your emotions have a limit, so I don't fully take them seriously. I have seen them go from one to the other, sometimes in the same person in the matter of 2 freaking hours. I'm not making this up. That's why I don't react to the initial kick to the gut anymore. I used to, you know, now now I take my time and I get the I get the air back in my lungs and I start to breathe and see things clearly. And then I look for which one of you son of a guns just kick me in my kick me in my ribs and run off. Because if I don't do that, I'm gonna hit whoever's standing nearest. I mean, I figure they shouldn't be no any more than 2 leg lengths away. That's gonna probably be that guy. So he'll be hit for nothing. So I learned that people are fickle. I keep saying that they are fickle. Humans are fickle, and they are. They can go through a whole range of emotions and ran back up where they just left in a matter of days. I've seen the people damn near kill each other physically and then hugging and freaking kissing each other and stuff, man. I mean, I'm talking about throwing stuff. Shit, man. I haven't seen it all, dude. We just crazy as hell at the end of the day. By we, I mean you. I figured it out. I figured it out a long time ago. Now, whether or not I indulged in it or not, that's another question. But but even if I did, I would have been indulging in it without ignorance. You indulge in it with ignorance, and there's a difference. I indulge in it because, wait a minute, I'm way off the beaten path. I'm not going to get all off into my life like that. I wouldn't get up into your life like that. What the fuck is wrong with me? I'm tripping tonight. Who are you? My counselor? A therapist or something? Am I at the worldwide confessional? Damn. I have to catch myself. But but the point being, we don't fear those kind of things anymore. Those things fear us. You do understand that everything at the end of the day do what they're told, right? You didn't know that about the spiritual world? Everything does what they're told at the end of the day. Period. They don't have as much free will as you think. No, they do what they're told. All of them. I won't go down the list because of the different levels of spiritual ranking in order, because that would be inappropriate, absolutely. Inappropriate, entirely. It's unnecessary, too. Take my word for it. Everything in spiritual form do what they're told to do. In the discussion. It's like coming anyway. Anyway, those things don't work. Those things don't work. But even if they did, even if they did, it wouldn't matter anymore. Let's see, one thing about the devil, he understands. You seem not to understand. He's part of the listening audience. He picks out and understands what he needs to understand, just like every other member of the listening audience. He's equal when it comes to this. He gets it. He's not shocked by any of it. He knows God and he knows the Bible better than you think. I mean, he knows the Bible backwards and forth, just like he knows God. He knows God. Trust me. He knows what God's capable of. He knows what he can go to God with. He knows his own limitations he knows not to cross boundaries that God has already set for him upon this planet. He's not going to cross them boundaries, ever. Even at the point of him being destroyed. He won't cross them because he can't cross them, because he is a part of. He's still a part of. If not the consciousness, he's still a part of the spiritual network. He can't escape it, just like I can't. He can't get his ass away. There's nowhere he can hide, just like there's nowhere I can hide. Damn, devil. Oh, man. They playing us both weak. Oh, boy. But they're playing us loose, too. Damn. God say I even know his address. I'm saying, well, hey, man. But anyway, what I'm saying is there's no need to really fear anything, especially that, and especially not us. What part of, man, y'all make everything inappropriate. You and your tender ears on a Sunday night, just tender eared. Goodness gracious. And I get tired of having to reel myself in. Sometimes I just want to cut loose like I used to. I remember I used to cut loose. I can pull up old ass audios and I found like a drunken sailor on a Friday night. They even make me cringe. I'm like, damn, that's me. Yeah, man, you had a perfect, I mean, you used every possible insult and vulgarity and profane word in 57 minutes that was possible. If that was a Guinness World Record, you are up for contention. I mean, damn, you dress from up and down. Shit. We even talked about the freshness or lack of freshness of the womb. If you don't even want me to say that, it would be so ugly. I won't even repeat it. It would be so ugly. Damn. But strangely, I don't feel the necessity to apologize. I don't, and not at all. The way I see it, the world had it at it coming. They made me have to talk loud. But there's no need to call upon demons or spirits, just God and the devil at this point. You are so far beyond the control of God, of demons and spirits at this point. I mean, it's not a full release, but it's damn near optional now. I mean, these son of bitches are not at peace. They don't want to be where your ass is right now. Trust me. In fact, they would rather that they had a whole nother plan than to be where your ass is right now. Trust me on that. They just didn't have another plan. So now they stuck with you and they stuck with me. All right? They didn't have another plan. These rascals never have a plan B. Nor do their cohorts. It's just a straight ahead motion. It's not even fully thought out. They just go from step A to step B to step C to step D. Hoorah! And they got a hoorah at the at the completion of D, whether it was successful or not. And then they go back to A. As long as they have completed those steps in order and their job is done, irrespective of the aftermath. They're not concerned about the aftermath. They are concerned about doing their damn job. Else they wind up back where they came from. They're not concerned about the aftermath. The devil is. We are. You are. They are not. Not at all. Not at all. Trust me on this. The demons operate a little bit different, but they're not concerned about the aftermath either. They they are the enforcers of the devil in terms of influence. Let me explain this again. First, there's God. Wait a minute. We're going to remove God, because then I have to include me. Not in terms of me being God, but somewhere in that order. I could skip the connection, so we're going to remove him. Now, there's the devil. He is the great influencer, the great deceiver, okay? The liar, okay? The demons would rank underneath him. They would put his influence, his strategy, think of his influence as his strategy into some kind of a tactic. But keep in mind, it's influence, okay? He wants influence over mankind, over the world, okay? So the demons enforce his influence on the world through the spiritual world. The spiritual world is underneath the demonic world. They don't like each other. Hell, half the spiritual world don't like half the other spiritual world. And I ain't even got it to the heavenly part. I'm talking about the ones here on earth. They don't like each other like that. They talk and walk and act a good game, but trust me, they don't much agree on a goddamn thing, especially now. They will even operate against each other. I've seen them do it on multiple occasions. Who knows why? Well, I know why. I know why. Some, we are talking about spirits, not ghosts. There's two types. None of them are ghosts. There is no ghost. It's just something that they use as a descriptor to describe the unseen, something that they didn't understand. But we have understanding now, don't we? Much better understanding than we did then. Even the thing, even what dwells inside you now is intently listening, intently, because they're not sure of anything either. They're not. They're not sure of anything either. Okay? They thought they were, but everything has been tossed into disarray. Everything is up a challenge, and it has been challenged, and it has been found wanting, meaning they didn't meet the challenge. Not them, but what they thought. Their arguments failed. Their beliefs failed to the point that they made sure God knew through me that they would not be where they are in terms of favor or disfavor in his eyes if they had not been lied to when they were alive. That's their argument. We were lied to, point blank. But this was after many battles. But I mean, before that, they managed to let me know that, look, I don't know why you hate us so much. We have a right. We have a right to exist. And later on, I would think about that, and I told them I would, and they were right. They had a right to exist. I didn't have to look too far into Scripture to see it. They always have, in one way or the other, in terms of your idea of forever, not God's, but what you would think of as forever, which is limited again by your emotional states. There is, again, there's no such thing as a forever for God. Everything is always forever. It always was and always will be. It has no real meaning. It's like it just don't. It's different. But by your standard of the forever, 1,000 years, 2,000 years, 3,000 years, they've always been. They have been since anyway. Trust me, they've always been in one vestige or the other. And but understand, if they're in spiritual form, then they were not good. They weren't good. This is why they have this fear of dealing with the afterlife in terms of judgment and finality and eternity and God. Fear. Once again, we right back at fear. There. So listen, goodness gracious. Anyway, off the beaten path. At least I was about to. So before they argued that we were lied to, and none of them that are out and out evil, because they can't be. They can't be. Okay? I mean, it's the biggest hocus pocus. I'm sorry, spiritual world, but you know, I don't mean to take away your, I still want you to rattle chains and go boom in the night and bang on walls and shit. But we just gotta, yeah, come on, man. You know it, and I know it. You've already done the worst that you can do, period. You hit them with all 99.9. Okay? This is it. This is it. See, listen to me closely. They made a fatal mistake. They began to cling to life. Can you imagine a spirit acting clingy about physical life? So now it changes the whole paradigm. It changes the whole paradigm. First, they didn't believe in God. Now they do. Pretty much. Pretty much. Even when at this point, it's kind of hard to believe in anything else besides the ancient one, the ancient of ancients, the creator of all things, Elohim. You can't believe in anything else. I'm looking for, man, listen here. I'm See, anything I say, I'm gonna assuage and offend. But nothing else is coming. Okay, they've tried. Hell, I just seen that somewhere in Egypt, they're all in front of the freaking pyramids flashing lights and trying to open portals. Man, this is fear. Gentlemen, stop it. Stop it. How many portals will you open? How many dimensions do you think they need to come through? I mean, one is enough. They don't get lost. It's not like they are trapped in different parts of the spiritual world. The spiritual world is a vast. It is a vastness. It doesn't have boundaries and walls. What the hell's wrong with you? If they wanted to come here, they would have come through that portal, or the last one that you opened, or the one before that. But what are you trying to summon? They're trying to summon something to save them, not from the devil, not from demons, but from what's coming and what's already here, and they can't square it. For some reason, I'm not trying to be soft with them either. They feel in their heart that they've done so much dirt that that they are auto hell bound. They hell will go straight to hell on a ticket. They even don't get judged. Just upon their untimely demise, get tossed into the hot pit. Ladies and gentlemen, it don't work like that. I mean, it just don't. It just don't. These days, everything gets judged. Even these spirits. I mean, and don't get me wrong, I know that fear drives them into good acts also. So sometimes I question if it's even real when I do see good actions. But at the same time, it is a good action. I guess you got to start some goddamn where. But it is what it is. So if they went from, we have a right to exist, and then a year later have maneuvered my ass to saying, look, man, you know, a lot of us just got lied to. Okay? We just believed what we were told. And that made us do bad shit and think bad shit. Well, we would sin, wickedness. Okay? This is what I'm trying to say. They got an argument. They made their argument. It's not a failed argument, but it is an argument. One that can be easily dismissed. It's a good, solid argument. I ain't been able to punch a way other through it yet. This is going to take the father. But what it led to was a relaxation of the rules of engagement. It really did. It really did. I can tolerate them now. I mean, I see it, man, listen here. They're not invisible to me. Even when they do stupid shit, I'm like, really? Oh, really? Come on. So I mean, it's like I can be laying here, and I mean, they've tried every tactic, and so I'm really surprised when they do stupid shit. It may catch my damn attention for all of 4 to 6 minutes, okay, at best, and that's as I'm falling asleep, what you call sleep. These days, sleep for me is a closing of the eyes because the brain never fully stops like that. My brain doesn't stop. The body is at rest, but the brain and the mind and the consciousness, it don't need that, and it don't want that either. It resents it. As a matter of fact, it resents this whole idea about eating and sleeping. It do. It don't like neither one of those things, man. So it is the most mundane shit that humankind has to deal with ever. Always having to stop and go to sleep and stop and shove something in their face, or they will die. It doesn't like it at all. But anyway, it doesn't work like that. And I had no right to continue to engage them at the level that I was. because in their own way that they were offering a olive branch, and not because I was losing either. But an olive branch is an olive branch. They seen that I was more than willing to do battle, not just willing if it came. I was willing to really engage them, go after them in the discussion, and try to do strange things with them on a spiritual level, real strange things that you wouldn't even understand, that you would even understand on the physical human level. So we won't talk about it. We won't talk about it. Ugly things. And when it comes to them liking each other, no, the spiritual world hate the demonic world. They don't like them bastards. They fear those bastards, man. They don't deal with it with you. It ain't like they around there floating around in the same realm, just hanging out together, waiting on orders from the devil. No, they don't like each other. Okay? Your spiritual realm that I have sometimes euphemistically referred to as the board do not like. It's two things they don't like. Okay? Believe it or not. They don't like the demons. Now, and they don't like death. Even though they're spirits, that whole idea they don't like. And I don't blame them. Maybe they have witnessed death like I have. Okay? Maybe. But anyway, they were right. Once I calmed my ass down in the midst of battle and trusted them enough to put my guns down for just a second. I keep my spiritual guns close. But anyway, last night, as I'm dozing off, here comes something running through the through my darkness. My darkness is when I close my eyes, there should be nothing there. That belongs to me. Anything there dies. It's that simple. It dies. It goes bye-bye. It never escapes. You come in there as a spiritual being or a demonic being, I promise you, you will not be leaving. You will not be leaving. Not at all. And that's why I laughed about Legion. You mean that guy that Jesus, the first one, beat the fuck up, throw him into some pigs, and then throw the pigs off the cliff? Please, tell the devil, hey, don't tell me, please don't tell me that that's your best. Please don't tell me that that boy there had moved all the way from getting tossed into pigs and then tossed. Oh, I can see it, shit. Oh boy, do you have to see the hood version of it? You have to put it in a hood version to get the laugh, I guess. Whooped his ass, chunked his ass into some pigs, and threw the pigs and his ass off the cliff. I'm like, what the hell? I mean, that's just too much. Tell that guy Jesus, he needs to tone it down a little bit. I mean, the dude had it coming, but that was just overkill. I mean, shit. I don't remember him asking to get tossed off the cliff, but I did hear him beat his ass into submission and saying, please, don't hit me no more. I would rather get out this body and get in them pigs. Me and all the Legion. And a Legion is somewhere between the neighborhood of 4,000 to 6,000 spirits. 4,000 to 6,000. I'm using the Roman definition of Legion as put forth by the military. 4,000 to 6,000 members. Not that ain't that bad. It ain't that bad. It's a lot of men, but I would have thought much more. But in terms of biblical, we don't actually know. No one actually knows the exact number. So we're gonna go with the Roman number, So this motherfucker, Jesus, beat and separated 4 to 6,000 different demons, scattered them from their strategy, scattered them amongst the battlefield, chunked their ass into individual pigs, and then chunked their ass off the cliff onto the rocks below. I'm like, well, damn, Jesus was a bad man. Jesus was a bad man. But anyway, man, people have to relax. It's gonna be what it is. But anyway, this fool to come running through the blackness. What you thought? I got lost my own sauce? I don't. Sometimes I skip through stuff, but I never get lost in it. I be going somewhere with that shit. But the blackness started running through the blackness right at me. I didn't even flinch, and at the last moment, it just like faded. And I'm like, really? You ain't tried this kind of shit in months. What the shit is this? A fucking prelude to some shit? This a prelude? Are you trying to, I mean, are we still at the level where you trying to induce fear? Stop. There's a point past fear. And your ass took me there. Between you, God, and the demon, and the devil, y'all took me past that point of fear. I'm telling you. I've been so damn scared, like a deer stuck in the headlight scared. I remember the days. I'm talking about so much adrenaline in me that I'm doing everything but shaking like a leaf. Flight or fight. I remember those days, but those don't exist anymore. They're all gone now because I reached that point past fear that only men. Once you understand. Once you start to control your emotional state, then fear goes away. In my way, in my, um, as, as an example, fear for me is converted into rage. Are you getting it? Fear induces and activates rage like that. So there is no fear. If it is, it's like lightning quick. It goes quick from fear, what you would term fear, to taking that same energy. Think of how you feel scared. You feel that energy? Now imagine taking that same motherfucking energy and turning it into anger and rage. Wow. That shit packs a punch. It packs such a punch that not even the spirits, the devil, or the demons really want to deal with it. They like energy, but not that kind. In fact, that's the only energy that they don't like. So back to legions, though. Now, in biblical times, it could be many. Romans, 4 to 6,000. Fictional, non-fictional. You have the French Foreign Legion. You have the American legions. I don't think any of those two groups have engaged in an active war, if ever, in years. So let's remove them. We're not talking about the 4 to 6,000 men because those are easily wiped out in the exhalation of God's breath. So you couldn't be talking about them. You had to be talking about the legion and in the Bible that we don't know exactly how many it was. And we can't fully trust operating off the definition of 4 to 6,000 because it's not many and they're flesh and bone. And any attack by God, they would last at 2.7 seconds. A good, depending on how they're organized and ranked and filed, a good 1.7 bolt of lightning will wipe them all out. Leaking my ass. That wasn't even, come on, man. So you couldn't have been talking about that. You're talking about the biblical legion. We don't care. We all past that. We don't care about fear. We don't care about hell. We barely, at this stage, you think I worry every day about going to heaven? God, don't take this the wrong way, but I don't even care about going, I don't care about going to heaven right now. I mean, I just don't. I'm busy. Heaven and hell is an afterthought. Both. I'm going around wondering if I'm going to do the right thing today to please God. No, I be me. And I hope that being me pleases God. And if I need correction, I hope he lets me see it before he kills my black ass. Okay? I mean, he's forced to take corrective action. And he has done that to me. Hell, he's done that to me in the last 6 months. Hell, he stopped me from smacking y'all ass at least twice in the last couple of years. I'm talking about walked right in and said, don't do it. In his own way. Don't do it. I know what you're doing. I know what you're winding up to. I see how you justifying it. I see how you don't do it. See? He there. He there for you. And sometimes anyway, that's our business. My relationship with him is my own personal affair. Okay? We talking about your relationship with him, not mine. Again, I don't need a therapist and I don't need counseling. And you are not my pastor or my reverend, or you're not the universal confessional that can't keep a secret. I know you can't keep a secret. If I told you half the shit that I'd never do it. I'd never do it ever. You would shame me almost instantly. Almost instantly. Ask me to sign waivers and shit. And I didn't read any of the fine print because I trusted you. I didn't put my signature on all kinds of paperwork. Man, I'm cold-blooded. But your relationship with him is different than my relationship with him. I'm sure he understands when I make the statement. I'm not really interested in the heaven or hell on the level you would be. I'm just not. I don't care. Okay? He gets it. This dude, you have to please understand why I'm laughing, because I know that most of you ain't gonna understand. I mean, maybe if I put it this way, heaven is not somewhere where I'm trying to go to. Heaven is somewhere where I'm trying to go back to. You see what I'm saying? I mean, it's different for me. You trying to go. I'm trying to go back. All right? I'm trying to go back. You have to understand, I was dragged from a position at the very least geographically here as a part of others. Anyway, that's what it is. So I'm gonna respond differently and look at it differently. It's almost automatic. It's like asking me to understand your ideas of life when I can't, because I understand me in that I am a creation. I never contemplated or could understand life on the level that you do. And I know that. I couldn't. It's to be respected. It's to be fucking respected, because it's the one weakness that I have. But even after walking with you, I still remember. And because I still remember my humble beginnings, then it jades the very definition of what you call life and what I call existence. See? So sometimes it can sound insulting, but I don't mean to be. I don't mean to be, but consider the different positions. As far as I'm concerned, and I meant that just like it's laid out, because I have no real knowledge of how long darkness was before I. I'm simply saying, as long as there was darkness, there was I. Okay? But I have no real data After how long darkness was there? Are you getting it? I know that I existed within this, in it like forever. So it's a different intonation of how we perceive life. Totally. You trying to get to heaven, I'm trying to get back. This shit is for the birds, but they tell me I signed up for it. I'm pretty sure that they got the paperwork that they can show that I really did sign up for it. Anyway, anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up here. Don't send Legion though. If that's the top of the line, let's just call it quits. You know, normally we would require submission. No, for you, we don't require submission yet. We just require that you stop fighting. Just stop fighting. There's nothing left to fight. Just like I said 3 or 4 years ago, that there was nothing to fight. Nothing. Fight what? What exactly, pray tell, are you gonna fight? I mean, there's nothing to fight. There's nothing to fight at all because there's nothing that you can do to alter anything. There's nothing you can defeat. It's not victory as you know it. It's not lose win like you know it. It's different and it's beyond your understanding and your control for the most part. I'm not trying to call you dumb or slow or you're not meant to get all of it because you can't. You ain't never existed in blackness. In fact, most of you are afraid of the dark. And I promise I'm gonna wrap this here up here. You know how long you've been afraid of the dark? You would have gave a whole century a name called the Dark Ages. You know what's interesting about the Dark Ages? Number one, you had produced your first real pattern killers, what you call serial today, pattern killers. Serial came later. Back then, in the Dark Ages, by candlelight and torch, imagine every time the sun went down, terror set in. They were still wrapped up in superstitions, okay? Beliefs and things that would horrify them, terrify them. So every snap of the twig in the darkness caused horror. Imagine why do you think that there's sidewalks in the streets reeked of urine? Because wasn't nobody going up in them damn woods with no damn lantern and no torch to use the bathroom. Are you crazy? As far as they concerned, there were demons and monsters out there for real. Toss in Jack the Ripper, and you have a real fucking nightmare. Now, now you have your first pattern of the killer of the Dark Ages. Boy, you humans can really produce them. I am not lying. There's so many variations of y'all, man. Yeah, I mean, damn, it's version after version after version after version after damn version. Goodness gracious. And it's all the same. It's the same humanity, just different versions of it. Jack the Ripper, man, this dude was prolific. Prolific. The movie and the books don't do him justice. Not at all. Not only was it prolific in terms of a number, no, the method. The method. You know how bold that you have to be? Well, You don't have to be bold. You have to be smart. Just anyway, he killed a whole bunch of people, man, and he added legendary horror to the darkness. And it wasn't just him. He was just the one other that we knew about. Then you had the 1500s or the 1800s and 1700s where they was hunting people down if they so much as burned a candle in their goddamn window. I'm telling you, you better not be burning no candle in your damn window. You are going to get accused of something and brought to trial and possibly burned at the stake. And if they had any question about it, I mean, man, you're not dealing, man, you dealing with the village idiots, I mean elders. Damn it, Freudian slip. So imagine this here. You burning a candle in your window and maybe singing a lullaby. Some passersby hear it in the dark ages. It ain't even dark outside yet. And here they come, accusing you of being a witch. I'm telling you, it happened like that. They had no goddamn evidence, except you was burning a candle and humming a lullaby that they misunderstood it to be a fucking chant. Now, your ass is in trouble now. They're at your house, at your door, threatening to burn that bastard down. And you claim your innocence. You pray to them, beg it to them. And they kind of believe you, but they need evidence of your innocence. Now, here's what they come up with. Man, y'all be careful out there because their kids are still running their asses around today. Their genetic strain is in somebody walking their ass around right now. So be careful out there. Their idea was to get the witch, drag her to the lake, drag her to the river. A river, no doubt. Not the lake, the nearest moving body of water. God damn. Not even a lake where you know where you dropped her at. Well, she ain't going to get drugged from the bottom by the current. No, we're going to use the goddamn river. Okay? And then they tie rocks on her. Rocks? Think about it, man. You got to, oh, Lord. This is not of you. It's hard to say that this is even of the devil. This is just plain old ape and monkey behavior, masquerading as pastors of the time. I shit you not, reverends and elders, they tied the rocks to the witch, drug her by, I mean, her hands and legs bound, threw her in the river, and they had made this pronouncement. If she floats, she's a witch. They never floated. Not one of them damn women ever floated, man. And they never came back. And they never thought of themselves as murderers. They just acted like it was happenstance. As in, oh, well, they were never wrong. But clearly, she didn't float. So that means that she wasn't a witch. But in the time that you waiting on her to float, she is clearly drowned and been moved at least 10 feet by the undercurrent. This is what you're dealing with today. And I'm going to leave that right there. Be careful out there, people. There's more than just your ass out there. The other is also out there. Whew. Enjoy the rest of your night. I am Source. I am 7. I am 1. And remember, God don't care about you like that. He don't care about you like you would care about you, is what I'm trying to say. All right? You are your own burden. I remember when I was my own burden. You be your own burden a lot of the times. It's due to your emotional makeup. Your emotional build. It really is, and your lack of ability to manage them. It really is. A lot of the times. Like I said at the onset, I've seen it cycle. within 48 hours. You can go through 5 different feelings, 3 to 5 feelings in 48 hours. My point is, as someone knowing this, you start to look at people different, and it makes you not want to deal with it because it comes almost like reading a book or some shit, man. And it makes you anyway. I gotta go. I am Source. I am Seven. I am One.